Hey, waiting for Instagram. There we go. All right. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing this morning? So, guys, here is the pondering question of the day. This is the pondering question of every winter I have is what is the worst thing about winter? What is the worst thing about winter? I hate getting dressed up, getting all those clothes on. I feel like since we have to put on all those clothes to go out and do chores, it should just personal thoughts. Anyway, what I hate the most is no matter what socks I try, always. I mean, good news is my toes never get cold when I'm outside doing chores. But when I come in and I pull my feet out of my boots, half the time my sock stays in the boots and I pull that out, my foot out, and then I have to put it on a cold floor. So that is my biggest pet peeve of winter. I know it is more than just my pet peeve of winter. And I do have several pet peeves of winter. Like, why does weather right now have to be so like one or the other? Like, we have a hot day, especially here in Iowa, guys, no wind when you're just begging for a breeze, or you have a cold day, like it could be even 20 degrees. And if it had no wind, 20 degrees isn't bad. Degrees. And, the wind is blowing 40 mile an hour. That is horrible. Like, why is a kilter? I feel like this whole world is just off kilter. So anyway, sorry, that's my little thing this morning. Socks falling down in my boots and just my boots. And I've tried different lengths. If they don't come completely off, I usually have the top of my sock at my heel by the time I'm done. Okay. So maybe it's just the way I walk. Anyway, all right, we'll jump into what we're doing today. Today I'm going to talk about self-employed and getting financing. Okay. This is a big question for a lot of people, especially a lot of people have maybe been let go of their job from their job, or they have been uh, maybe they were fired for whatever reason, looking at self-employment and going a self-employed direction instead of going out and finding another job. Okay. Before I get into that super hot, I know you guys are all dying to hear about. All right. First off, I just want to thank everybody. Like, if you have been watching my video, I appreciate you and each and every one of you. You guys are a godsend to me. I enjoy what I'm bringing to you because I feel like I am bringing to you something I could have had a hold of way back then when my kids were little and I was trying to figure all of this out on my own. And, we didn't have access to the internet my kids amaze me at this point. Like, I'm like, I don't know how to fix this. And they pull it up on YouTube and we figure out how to fix it. Like, they didn't have that. They didn't have people doing that when I was younger. Okay. Or I was a young mom. I was having to figure it out on my own, right? Or ask the people that I know. These videos is because there's a lot of things I didn't know. And these are all things I didn't know when I started this process. Okay. Even way back when my kids were little, and I'm CEOs, the people that run their household like I do, we do all the research. I don't make the decisions on myself. We run everybody's schedule. We make sure everybody's where they need to be, make sure the house is clean, make sure dinner's ready. We make sure all of that. Okay. And usually if you're trying to buy a house or even sell a house, you're in charge of that because you are the one that is home or has the time to do so. Okay. Not that any of us have time. You can prioritize that kind of stuff. So these videos and watching. I know sometimes my internet is not the best, so I appreciate you guys bearing with me during my internet issues and all of that. All right. So on that note, guys, you can win a free one-on-one with me that we can sit and talk, and I can give you some more insight. Okay, it's a free one-on-one with me. We just do a little Zoom call. But all you have to do to enter is super simple. Go to YouTube. It's Help Me Rhonda is my channel. The link to my channel is whichever you're watching. It's in the description. And pop there and like my video and then comment on it, and that'll get you in the drawing. Okay, so do that before you forget today, because Monday is the 10th, and I'll be drawing on the 10th and on the 20th. So you'll be entered in for both of this one. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and hit this topic that I know everybody's dying to know. Okay. As a self-employed person, things that I had to learn by fire. Okay. These are the things that I found out completely on my own. I am fortunate now being in real estate. I have plenty of people around me that I can ask, but I did not before. And I've always been self-employed. Okay. Very small bits of my life have I daycare for 11 years. And then I sold insurance for a time. I went and worked for GoDaddy for a time. And then I worked for, I just never, and then, here was the thing is then I went and worked and I sold horse stalls, which was probably, but the boss was a little ridiculous to help with or to work with. So I ended up then going out and doing real estate because I love old houses. Okay. Sorry, that was a little squirrel moment. But anyway, these are things that I have learned in the process of me trying to do all the things of getting financing, whether you're refinancing or you're getting financing for the first time. These are some things that you just need to make sure that you know, that you understand. Okay. Just well. Okay. So you'll find that a lot of times especially if you go with a bank, a lot of times whoever has a W-2 job and what they call a secure income, which I don't know that I call even a W-2 job anymore a secure income. Okay. But that's what they look at as a secure income, because you're trading your time. I don't know why that, whatever. Okay. We're just gonna, that could be a whole nother video. All right, whatever. But anyway, so they a lot of times will be the first on whatever, and you will show, if you're self-employed, you will show as the second income. Okay. That's how it is a lot with what we do, is that my husband's on there first, and then I'm on there as a second income if need be. Okay. Depending on what we're doing. Okay. However, don't fret. If that's the case, you're still going to be on the abstract and the deed and the title and all of that. You're still going to be on there as a joint tenancy, okay? Because especially if you're married, all right? If you're not married, then that's a little bit different to specify that and all of that, but especially if you're married, okay? But you both will be responsible for the loan regardless who's on it first, okay? So just know that, all right? However, being self-employed, guys, you're probably not going to fit in most banks' proverbial box that they put everybody in, because your income can vary. A good year and a bad year and a good year. And as self-employed people, we try not to show much of an income, because that's just the way we have a lot going out, and all businesses do it, but we're a business that we are not showing as much income as what some people do. Okay. As like W-2 people do. Okay. Get into that box. So this is where you may step out. Now, if you have a good working relationship with a bank, that doesn't mean that they're not going to help you out. That's not it at all. Okay. That's not what I'm saying. But just, as a newly self-employed person and they say, well, we can't do it, you may just need to go to a mortgage broker because they have times. Okay. I can't guarantee anything, but a lot of times they do. Okay. They will tax returns if you're self-employed for certain because they need to have proof of your income. So just straight up find those. You're going to need them anyway. It's just better to have them ready to go. They're going to ask for your proof of income anyhow. So find them, have them ready to go. Okay. You at least need to have 1 or 2 years of being self-employed unless the person that is your significant other is going to be on the loan first and they're going to be that person that's the head of the loan and you're the co-applicant kind of thing. They will, if they use their income mostly and you're just a second income, you may not have to have the 2 years. But if you're solely just self-employed and maybe your wife or your husband works for you, then you will need to probably have at least a couple years. So just keep that in mind, when you're starting this whole buying process. Okay. And then just to be on a safe side, here is what I recommend is have some sort of down payment. Have at least 3 to 10% down. Okay. If you can. Okay. If you can, I'm not saying that everybody needs it. However, if you have one, and I know it's hard, guys, it truly is hard because Murphy's Law tends to always get in the way. But if you just can be diligent about putting some extra money away and getting that extra money put away and save away for a mortgage and plan for that, then you will be a lot better. Even if you are self-employed and there's not they see that you have income and maybe not, maybe just enough, or if you're just kind of on that edge of things, sometimes a down payment can really help move that process along. Okay. Nothing else. Maybe you can pay something down to have a better debt to income ratio. There's always that. Sometimes they come back, the loan officer will come back and be like, hey, we really need to pay this credit card down before we can do that. And you can be like, hey, I do have this money squirreled away for a down payment. What if I took a little bit of that? Ask first, but it might be something that could help you out. So, being self-employed isn't the end of the world. And guys, I feel like this is the way the world is going anyway. So the banks and the institutes are probably going to shift what they do. But as of right now in 2022, January of 2022, these are the things that you're going to need. That doesn't mean that it's not going to change because as people are getting laid off for this, that, and the other reason, more people are cropping up with their own businesses. So, think about that too, guys. Or Walmart or Target or any of the big box stores, maybe see who has an account, a small business that that doesn't mean that it's always more expensive. I know, I'm just gonna throw one out, like Melaleuca. And I don't even like sell Melaleuca or anything, but I know like Melaleuca, they have a lot of like cleaning supplies and all of that everyday stuff, and it's not bad priced. Okay. So with that, I want to go ahead and I'll let you guys all go. If you have any questions, you can jump over to my Mom CEO group, my free Facebook group. The link to that is in the description of whatever video that you're watching. And guys, I do have the free checklist. If nothing else, if you just want that checklist to know what you all need, pop over to my website. It's RhondaNiehaus.com. My name is in the bottom corner here. Whoops, other way, bottom corner here. So you know how to spell Niehaus. Okay. Just go to RhondaNiehaus.com and you can grab my free checklist over there. Okay. But anyway, I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I will see you guys all on Monday. Have a great